Hey guys, Ziv here. I thought I'd film a little bit while I was making my pizza dough and explain my recipe and maybe get some tips and tricks off you guys because we're cooking in the pizza oven today. So last time we made pizza dough, I've made a few now and I'm no expert at pizza dough, and that's why I'm doing this video, because I want to get your comments on how to do this better. I've joined a couple of Facebook groups and stuff like that, and there's so much information out there on good pizza dough. But I find this works all right, but I do want to improve the recipe. So yeah, get involved in the comments for sure. So usually I used to get strong flour, and that's what this was. Like, I got it from the shops, and it says first quality strong flour. That's how I saw the bag. And you can buy pizza flour and 00 flour and all these things that are meant to be the best sort of pizza flour. But then I got to the car and I saw that first quality strong flour was actually crossed out, and they put a different sticker on it, first quality baker's flour. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's like the gluten content and stuff like that, and the fineness of how it's milled, that differentiates the flour types. But people said this dough was actually better than the first time round. So not sure on the whole dough thing. This is the second time I'm making from this pizza flour, so we'll see how it goes. Now, last time I made the pizza doughs, I saved probably about a kilo of dough and put it in the freezer. So last time I made it with the same flour, it was probably about 14 to 18 hours at room temperature that it sat there and rose, did its thing, the yeast did its thing. I didn't do any at fridge temperature, and it was about 65% hydration with about 14 grams of yeast per kilo. Just normal baker's yeast that you get at the shops. That was about the recipe, and then some salt and some honey. I don't usually use sugar because I have bees and honey's good. So it sat there quite a long time, and that's what I put in the freezer. At the end of the day, we had too much dough and I chucked it in the freezer. Then last night I got it out again, defrosted it, and added another kilo of flour, 65% hydration, and I think 14 grams of yeast. And that was about midnight. I got to it a bit late. And now it's 11 o'clock and I'm rolling it into dough balls. I didn't do fridge temperature again. I didn't slow it down. It just rose overnight. I could have chucked it in the fridge this morning, but I couldn't be bothered. So we'll see how it goes again, but I think it'll be all right. I'm not following any specific recipe at the moment. I'm just experimenting and telling you guys what's going on with the experiments. So I don't need it too much because I don't want to get rid of all the air bubbles, and hopefully it will rise again after this boiling process. That's the point of it. But usually I find it doesn't rise too much again because I've just let it rise for so long usually overnight. It doesn't rise much the second time. And then hopefully today I'll have some left over as well, and I'll freeze that again. Actually, I might just freeze it anyway, because it definitely smells more sour than when I just make it fresh. So having the stuff that's already risen once, I think is gonna make way better flavor pizza dough, more like a sourdough, by reusing the yeast that's already fermented. So yeah, that's a bit of the process. Then I usually cook up a tomato sauce, or my wife does. We blended up a lot of cherry tomatoes this year, and then we sauce that with some onion and garlic and make a bit of a pizza sauce. And then yeah, toppings on top. So, but yeah, really loving experimenting with the doughs. And yeah, if you've got any tips and tricks or things I should do, add, subtract from my process, that would make this particular process better. I know there's a million different processes for making pizza dough, but this particular one, I want to refine it because I kind of like this process. It suits me making the dough the evening before. It suits me leaving it out overnight, and then by lunchtime the next day, I'm usually starting to make pizza, and usually we make it throughout the afternoon. We have friends over and we just make pizzas all arvo. So this is a pretty good process for me. I'm pretty relaxed about it. I don't follow many rules. But yeah, let me know if adding olive oil or something to the mixture, more salt, or definitely doing fridge temperature rising to slow it down and let it rise for more days, or anything like that. I want to get into, you know, making poolish and different types of bases. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know in the comments, and I'll start making more videos about making pizza doughs. So cheers guys, we'll see you on the next one.